Brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're talking to Express Care's Dr. Yik Elam about depression and holiday blues. Let's go straight to some of our viewer questions. Michael from Manila asks, what is seasonal affective disorder?
This is a condition that we might see more in the northern climates where there's a change in seasons, the 4 seasons, and when the change occurs, especially going into winter, people might experience depression. They think that it's linked to the number of daylight hours. We don't experience that very much in the tropics.
I was going to say, I wish we had 4 seasons here. All right, Kelly from Agana writes, I think my mother may be suffering from holiday blues. Are there certain signs to look for?
Sure. You know, the main thing is she's probably not looking forward to the holidays. That's a really obvious one. She may be overwhelmed or anxious, stressing out more than usual, or withdrawn, not really wanting to participate in the family events or activities. She may experience physical symptoms like headaches, backaches, stomach aches, be sleeping more than usual. Those are things to look for.
Okay. Christopher from Agate. Let's go to Chris's question first. What are some tips to prevent holiday stress and depression? And we talked a little bit about that in the previous segment.
We did. I think decide what you want your life to be in January. Decide how you want to be then. And then make everything in December occur so that your life will be okay in January. So you won't have overspent, you won't have drunk too much and gotten a DUI, you won't have overate and be wishing you could lose 10 pounds. You wouldn't have overwhelmed yourself. Think of this as a day-by-day transition to get to January.
Okay, good advice. Jennifer from Jigo writes, when is being depressed a normal reaction?
Well, I think if you experience a loss, a death in the family, or a job loss, or any significant loss, it's normal to feel very down and depressed, and that's not a sickness, that's normal. But as long as you're coping and you're able to come out of it periodically, maybe not every day, but at least you're not experiencing that solid pain for more than 2 weeks. If you are, and especially if you're feeling suicidal, then you really, really need to get help.
Okay, Jared from Santa Rita writes, is medication the only way to treat depression?
Not at all. Medication would be something that you can use. It's a tool, but treatment for depression it includes therapy, talking to somebody about the problem, exercise, getting a good lifestyle going, stopping your alcohol or unhealthy other habits, and medication can be very helpful though. And there's a lot of myths about Prozac, but it really does work very well for people. Most of the time people can have no side effects. But one thing that's important to know about medicine is that it's not instant. It takes a while to kick in, so at least 2 weeks of taking medication. So you don't want to leave your depression as something that you're treating in crisis. You want to take care of it when it's mild or moderate, not when you're in extreme.
Okay, good advice. Valerie from Chalampogo writes, are there alternatives to the traditional treatments for depression that she can try?
Sure. If she's feeling mildly depressed, again, exercise is a great booster of your natural endorphins that make you feel better and happier. The other things you could try is a supplement called St. John's wort. That one is available over the counter or in a vitamin store. And you could try yoga or other meditation or prayer, talking to your friends, laughter. We talked about laughter being the best medicine if you can do it.
Okay, and one last question from Kevin from Mighty. Will someone who has had depression ever get it again?
Yes, they're at higher risk for another episode of depression. But most people who have experienced depression and have been treated successfully and they feel better recognize when they're going down that same path again. And when they are, they're quick to come in and get help because they recognize that it's something that can be fixed, just like a sore throat or a cough or cold.
And we did mention, and I wanted to bring this up for our viewers, as you mentioned before, that when you're depressed, sometimes it's better to think about all the things that you do have. Instead of thinking, you know, during the holidays, a lot of people might be thinking, you know, I don't have enough money to buy these elaborate gifts for all my family, or I don't have this, I don't have that, but there's other people, obviously, that are out there that are less fortunate.
Absolutely. Just the fact that you have this television to watch puts you ahead of many, many millions of people around the world. Thinking about that just puts things in perspective for you. That does not take away the pain of your suffering, of your losses, but it does put it into perspective so that you can focus on all the blessings in your life. And an exercise I love to do at least once a week is to write down my 100 gratitudes. And if you take that hour or so that it takes to write out all the 100 blessings that you have, and there are many thousands more than that, you will feel better right away.
Definitely good advice. I'll have to try that. Thanks,
Try it.
Doc. And for those holiday tips as well, thank you. The Holiday Crisis Hotline will be up and running on Christmas Eve and as well on Christmas. Then again on New Year's Eve, for those who need someone to talk to, that hotline number will be 647-8833. If you need help anytime before then and someone to talk to, you can always contact the Department of Mental Health. Dr. Lum will be back again next week for some sweet talk when she will discuss holiday treats. That's chocolate, coffee, and tea. And then the following week, as a special gift to our viewers, Dr. Lum will be answering your questions on any health-related topics. So send in your questions now to healthyliving@kuam.com or post it on our Facebook page. We are back right after this. Stay with us.